Are you guys tired of me yet? This is my third video of the day. I wasn't planning on doing a third one, but Knoxville did come out with an updated entry list for the 2024 Knoxville Nationals coming up in the month of August. Still a long ways out, but we are up to 63 entries now. 25 have been added today. So the first time we did this video was 38. Now we're at 63. If you want to watch the other video, I will link it down in the description below. But we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep updating the list every time they update it on their website. No matter if it's 2 entries or 30 entries, we're going to keep updating it until the Knoxville Nationals is here. So with this entry list, it brings a couple of guys that have won the Knoxville Nationals before, brings a couple of rookies, not a whole lot of them, and a lot of guys still looking for that first ever Knoxville Nationals feature start. So if you are new to this video, new to this, this little series, I guess you can call it, the key is down here. The black writing are drivers that are former A-main event starters of the Knoxville Nationals on Saturday night. This is not saying that they've made the feature on the prelim nights. This is just the Saturday night A-main event, right? The red means that these drivers have ran the race before but have never been able to make the Saturday feature. And then green is the Rookie of the Year contenders. So let's start at the top. Tasker Phillips, he has entered today. One of the drivers that is a full-time member or full-time racer at Knoxville Raceway, racing for points. This year, he will be looking for his 4th ever A-main start at the Knoxville Nationals. Right behind him, one of our full-time guys with High Limit Racing, that is Brenham Crouch. He's only ran the event one time, that was last year, and now he'll try and go for that first ever feature start this year. Jacob Allen, he has started the Knoxville Nationals feature 3 different times in his career. He has signed on today along with his Shark Racing teammate Logan Schuchart, who has also made the show quite a few times at 8 appearances in the feature on Saturday for the 1S of Logan Schuchart. So not sure what's going on today with the number 1 cars. They all entered today apparently. And then you go down to the 2s, J2 of John Carney. We've seen him a handful of times this year with High Limit Racing. And he's mostly known as a very, very good 360 and 305 racer. And he's done well at 360 Nationals in the past, but not able to have that success and translate it to the 410, at least at the Nationals. Never been able to make the show. We'll see if that changes this year. David Gravel, former Knoxville Nationals winner. He's got 13 appearances in the feature going into this year. We'll see if he can make it 14 behind the wheel of the Big Game Motorsports number 2. Another number 2 car, the 2X of Linton Jeffrey, another full-time driver at the Knoxville Raceway on a weekly basis. You can always count on Linton Jeffrey to qualify extremely well at the Knoxville Nationals, which is obviously a huge, huge thing on the prelim nights. You get so many points for qualifying well, and Linton Jeffrey, I'm sure, is going to be doing that once again. He's made the Nationals 4 separate times in his career. I think he's got a pretty solid shot at doing it a 5th time in 2024. Gage Polkerbeck in the G5 has entered today as well. Never been able to make the Saturday feature. The other number 5 car that's entered is Spencer Baston, looking for just his 3rd ever Nationals feature start, which is actually surprising. You would think a guy like Spencer Baston may have had more than just 2 A-main event appearances on Saturday night, but that is not the case. We'll see what he can do in the CJB Motorsports number 5 this year. Corey Eliason in car number 8. He has 4 appearances in the Knoxville features. And then we got Parker Price Miller, who actually has 5. That was actually more than I thought would be the case for Parker Price Miller, and he's done it in a couple of different cars as well. I believe he did it in the McGee car. He did it in the Bernie Stugin car, the Indy Race Parts car. And I think he's even done it in his own number 9P as well. He may have also made it when he was driving the 14 for Philip Dietz. So Parker Price Miller has done it on a couple of different occasions. Casey Jedrzejek is the first Rookie of the Year contender that we're talking about in this list that has been added in today. He is driving the Ed Neumeister Racing 11N car. That car actually, well, it's actually a team car. The 12N sat on the front row of the Knoxville Nationals a couple of years ago. And so Casey Jedrzejek definitely has a car that is capable of putting it in the Knoxville Nationals feature. It will be, however, his first ever time to the half mile, so going to take some getting used to for him for sure. Justin Peck in car number 13, looking for his 5th ever A-main event appearance, as is Sam Hafertepe Jr. in the 15H. Have not seen Hafertepe all that much this year in 410 action. Been running mostly with the ASCS series, so good to see him come back for the Nationals. Cole Meinzer, the 15 Junior, never been able to make the show in his career. Sheldon Hodenshield in car number 17 has entered today. He is looking for a main event appearance number 7 on Saturday night coming up here in 2024. Tanner Holmes in the 18T. I know somebody was talking about him in the comments section. Remember, these are guys that have pre-entered so far. This list is going to get bigger and bigger. It's going to get close to 100 entries by the time the race actually rolls around. Tanner Holmes has been there, I believe, 2 times previous, still looking for that first ever feature start on Saturday. A couple other guys in that same boat. We got a couple listed right here in a row. Jimmy Light in the 23. We've seen him a handful of times over the years with some of the big series, the Outlaws or High Limit. We saw him with High Limit this year at Kokomo. Lance Moss, the driver out of Cherryville, North Carolina, the 23M. Earlier this year at East Bay Raceway Park, he did have Danny Lasowski helping him out. I'm not sure if that is still the case or not, but Lance Moss entered nonetheless today. Christopher Traum, who I think is kind of underrated. This guy has got some speed. He's won some races here over the last couple of years. Not very many races, but he's won a few. He's a new track record holder at Cedar Lake Speedway this year. Christopher Traum could be a guy to watch for to lay down a good lap in qualifying. Zeb Wise, surprisingly, never been able to make the show at Knoxville on Saturday night, and we'll see if that can change this year. It's certainly been a little bit of a struggle for Zeb this year, but he has been good on the half miles here in the last year or so. Got an outlaw win at Port Royal, got an all-star win at Eldora. We'll see if Zeb can put it all together this year. Another Rookie of the Year contender, Jace Park in 45X. We've seen him a lot this year on the national scene with 410 sprint cars. Johnny Herrera racing number 45X. And how about this entry? Caleb Johnson, who has ran not only his family-owned car this year, he's ran the Dennis Gainey 6G or 6K or 6J, I don't even know. But now he's running the 58 car. That people might not have recognized that, but that is the AL Driveline car, what is called the LA Competition 58, owned by Aaron Long, a car that Tanner Thorson had some success in last year, a car that Troy Wagaman Jr. ran a little bit, a car that I believe Brock Zierfoss won his first ever World of Outlaws main event at Williams Grove in, and so that is a very, very good piece right there. And Caleb Johnson, we've seen him do some good things at Knoxville over the last couple of years. That is going to be a pairing to keep an eye on when the Nationals roll around. Austin McCarl, who sat on the pole of the Knoxville Nationals a few years ago, he is entered in today. Just got a win recently at the Knoxville Raceway in weekly action. I'm pretty sure he's also the points leader there right now. And then Caleb Henry, who showed up to Knoxville last year with a gear bag, did not have a ride, and then things went sour for, I can't remember who it was. Was it Cody Morosky, I think, in the 101 car? And now Caleb Henry returns to Knoxville Nationals in that car. He just picked up a win last week at Fremont for $4,000. And so now he is going to the Nationals as well. And here is the list of rookies that we have so far in the Nationals. So Jacob Hughes, Casey Jedrzejek, Joel Myers Jr., Devin Borden, Scotty Johnson, and Jace Park. Those are the 6 right now, and we expect that number to probably get, I would say, in the mid-teens, maybe the low, maybe like 10 to 12 or so in that area. Right now, I still think Devin Borden is the guy to beat when it comes to the Rookie of the Year for the Nationals this season. But we'll see who else decides to enter. Emerson Axum is another guy that we're waiting to see if he enters the Nationals, and then he could probably take over that top spot. But Devin Borden, for me right now, is the guy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We'll wait for another update to the Knoxville Nationals entry list. I don't know when that's going to be. Who knows? Maybe they'll wait until after Eldora, the Kings Royal, and all that stuff. We'll have to wait and see. So thank you guys so much for watching. This should be the last video of the day, and we'll come back tomorrow with some more stuff about the Kings Royal and the Joker's Jackpot. So thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, hit like, and comment down below. What do you guys think about these videos? Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll talk to you again soon.